but there's more. Just take a look at the striking brushed metal design of the TV bezel. Not to mention, there's a sliding auto sensor that intelligently detects when the user approaches the TV and ejects the operating panel from the base of the TV. The LED 9000 is a premium touchscreen remote control that displays numeric keys or a QWERTY keyboard. And, this is good, if you're watching a Blu-ray on the TV, you can actually watch live TV on the remote. Yes, the remote is now a TV. It's not that little, that's small. This is everything our consumers will want from a TV. A gorgeous yet powerful viewing experience with 3D. Support from Samsung apps. And it's easy to use and fun to use. Here's the next in the line, the LED 8000. It provides a new level of picture quality with its unique technology that produces blacker blacks and better contrast ratios with no halo effects. Its stunning brushed metal frame is surrounded by a transparent crystal silhouette. The LED 8000 series is accented with a 4-legged quad stand that makes it look more like a work of art than a device. And finally, the Samsung LED 7000. You don't even have to turn it on to love this one. This narrow bezel features our advanced touch of color design. This time in a new color that I absolutely love. We call it Mystic Earth. These LED TVs are great examples how we are bringing a new dimension to TV viewing. Now, for those that prefer a 3D LCD, the LCD 750 series offers significant improvements in viewing quality, connectivity with Samsung apps, and energy efficiency. And here's a look at our 3D plasma TV. It's slim at only 1.4 inches. This year, Samsung introduced its clear image panel technology that delivers clear images and viewing angle. And our 3D Blu-ray player supports the Blu-ray 3D format recently standardized by the BDA. We're proud to say that this product, along with the LED 9000, has received a CES Best of Innovations Award. By the way, our 7.1 channel Blu-ray home theater system also received the Best of Innovation Award. And later this year, we will be launching a 3D home theater system as well. Now, let me tell you about another area where our innovation shines. Just as Samsung led the shift from analog to digital and from tube to flat, each year we push ourselves to pioneer new directions in TV design. Let's hear a little bit about that.
Nature tells us a lot about what appeals to the eye. When you look at a field of plants or even a stream of water, you see repeating patterns. The grains in wood have a pattern. Blades of grass may all look the same from a distance, but each blade catches the light in different ways. The pattern creates depth and colors that man-made materials cannot. We call the replication of these natural patterns geo, and we've used it as the foundation of our Inspired by Nature design theme, coming to Samsung LED TVs, Blu-ray players, and home theater systems in 2010. To create natural-looking lines, we made the surface of our narrow bezel TVs appear three-dimensional, allowing them to catch light and change colors depending on the viewing angle. Metal was blended with transparent silhouettes, and new depths of color were reached using Samsung's exclusive touch of color technique. Unique base stands and lighting effects were then added as graceful accents. Once combined, it created designs that Mother Nature herself would envy.
technology and design elements of what we think is an outstanding TV lineup. But as you know, there is one more element. Great content is needed for consumers, we believe, to make the plunge into 3D. And we know we can't do it alone. So we're already working with content providers and broadcasters to make a wider range of 3D content available. We're announcing our first 2 content partners right here today. The first is among the most successful film studios in history, with dozens of hugely popular films including Monsters vs. Aliens, Shrek, and Kung Fu Panda. The other is a leading provider of technology services to the world's best content creators. That's right. We are proud to have DreamWorks and Technicolor as our partners in 3D, and I couldn't be happier to welcome our special guest to the stage to tell you a little more about our plans. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of DreamWorks Animation, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and Chairman and CEO of Technicolor, Fred Rose. Gentlemen. Jeffrey told me he never travels without his 3D glasses, so I've got to get in the mode here. Okay, but we make them cool, that's great. You know, before we hear from both of them, you know, I promised them that we would show them the very first demo of Samsung's 3D solution. So gentlemen, why don't we come on over and take a look at it.
So, does the audience have glasses here?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's beautiful! But literally, you know, we're so happy to be here, part of the Samsung family, and you know, I have to say these monitors that we're seeing unveiled today are, I guess the word stunning is the only thing I could find, and the quality of our products. You know, we spent 4 years and hundreds of artists making these movies, and to be able to bring them to the home with this kind of quality experience is very, very exciting for us. So we're thrilled to be here too.
Well, it's great content and great partners. Why don't we hear a little more from them? There we go.
I get to go first. I'm going to take my 3D glasses off because I don't read so well in 3D. So a few prepared remarks for you first, please. DreamWorks Animation and Samsung actually have a great history of working together, and now we're expanding our relationship into the 3D space through an exclusive collaboration that will bring the first ever 3D version of our latest release, Monsters vs. Aliens, into the home later this year in Blu-ray. The movie that, or the move, I guess, today that Samsung has announced, which is to lead the charge of bringing to the consumer a complete 3D home solution, actually reminds me of the commitment that we at DreamWorks made in 2007 when we decided to make all of our films in 3D. I think where many others saw a novelty, we believe there would be a fantastic creative and business opportunity. Today, because of 3D, we stand at a watershed moment for the entire movie industry. It's an incredible artistic tool for filmmakers, and it has proven to be very big business, generating meaningful profits for movie theaters and for film studios alike. And in a wonderful way, it may even serve to reduce piracy. But above all, for the consumer, 3D delivers a truly premium experience. Audiences all over the world have flocked to the 3D films this year. And here's an amazing statistic, which is there were 10 original 3D films made and released in 2009. And of those 10 films, which represents, it's 10 out of 170 released, major releases by the studio. 4 of the top 10 performing films of 2009 were 3D. I think moviegoers love the feeling of being immersed in the world of our stories and our characters. DreamWorks Animation, our production of Monsters vs. Aliens, which was released last March, was the first animated movie that was actually authored and produced entirely in stereoscopic 3D. In the fight to save the world against aliens, audiences felt like they were standing beside Susan, Bob, the missing link, and the rest of our monstrous heroes. The 3D experience in theaters heightened every moment of action and conflict, every feeling of excitement and suspense. To bring these stories to life in 3D, in theaters, was a great success for us. And we knew that it would only be a very short matter of time before we would be able to bring them to life for audiences in their homes. And that was a task that I think took a great deal of technological innovation and foresight on the part of another DreamWorks Animation partner, and that's Technicolor, who actually pioneered originally color in movie production back in the 1920s, and whose 3D solutions are essential to the film industry from production through post and onto the screen itself. I'd now like to introduce Fred Rose, the CEO of Technicolor. Fred.